You too.
God, this is so cool.
I know.
You know, it gives me. I mean, I actually got chill bumps when we were talking. That gives me chill bumps. Because, gee,
I know.
When you're so scared, I was
Yeah.
so scared in my life for 13 years. I was just,
Absolutely.
you know, frightened, and all the girls are.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to get through each day of their lives and survive. And if they had a card where to call, maybe maybe a million gals would call. Who knows? Maybe 1,000 people, maybe 500. But
even if it's one, absolutely.
If it's one person, it's like I say, if this show can help one person, I've done my duty.
Absolutely.
I'm going to put your name and your references and how to get a hold of you, and then distribute it all throughout the Twin Cities and the whole St. Paul area, Minnesota, Minneapolis area.
Yeah.
And Coon Rapids, and we'll get it on TV out there.
Yep.
And then you'll be on TV probably twice a week for a few months.
Exciting.
I know.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And see, now then it's going to make awareness, and without us speaking out, who's ever going to hear us?
Right. And it has so many different faces, human trafficking does.
It does.
So like here, I'm in Anoka County in North, which is more rural.
Right. Well, yeah.
So we don't necessarily have street prostituted people as visible.
No.
You know, we have an occasional strip club.
Sure.
Which is human trafficking.
Right.
You know, we have the massage parlors, which is human trafficking.
Yep.
So, but what we have is homeless teenagers. We have teenagers in the schools that go to school every day and are being trafficked 2-3 times a night.
Oh, no.
By the force of pictures. You know, a rape.
Oh, they send their pictures.
And then, and then if you don't want those pictures out, now I own you.
Now you got to go to bed.
And so the rural area is really a different venue.
Oh, sure it is.
And so it's.
Oh, sure it is.
It's more hidden.
Oh, completely.
And I was talking to the Anoka County Sheriff and their human trafficking task force, and they even know who's the head of the trafficking rings.
Sure they do.
And this is Anoka County. This is Elk River. This is,
you
know, this is rural.
Rogers.
Where,
like,
exactly, where people wouldn't even think that it was.
No.
And this is where we are, and I think we're located beautifully because Minneapolis and Ramsey County is doing a great work.
Oh,
I mean,
they are.
great work.
They
are now
They are.
holding businesses accountable and taking their money for having prostitution and things like that happen on their property.
Now they're also going into the hotels and stuff and showing and educating the girls how to and men and women how to spot prostitution ring coming in or out, or the young girl going in and the guys going in and turning tricks.
Yes.
And they're spotting that they're teaching them that.
Yep, the Clean Hotel
the Clean
program.
Hotel thing.
And so as all of this is going to get really a lot of pressure in Minneapolis and Ramsey County, we're already setting up in Anoka.
That's
so
right.
it's going to come at us, and we're going to squeeze it
squeeze
right
it
out of Minnesota.
That's right. And strangle it right out of Minnesota.
It's that combined force.
And I can see these pimps going, oh, darn.
I know it.
Oh, darn.
And we're going to hold them accountable so they can't take it anywhere else and do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe they should serve about 50 years in pen.
Absolutely.
How about
Absolutely.
that? And how about putting the John's pictures on a big poster out here in front of the freeway?
Mm-hmm. I was talking. I know. I was talking to.
I want that done someday.
We were talking to. Breaking Free does have the John School, which I think is just really great.
Really great. Yeah.
But we were talking at one thing about one meeting about what should we have whiskey plates for John's?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. You know, because now
instead of whiskey, it's going to be John's plates.
And
that's a great idea.
So we've been kind of debating whether or not the family would be humiliated or not.
Yeah, well, who cares?
But everybody needs to own up to it.
They need to own up to it.
That's right. That's right.
See, that's why see.
But we are talking about something. And actually now they lose their vehicle and any money that they have if they because that's part of the crime.
Plates on there.
I think so too.
Known John.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turns tricks with kids. Oh.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to be in back. He might get rear-ended a lot.
I know. Or worse. So it's still in the thinking process.
That might not work.
No, it may not work so good.
That's
but,
kind of funny, though.
you know, I know.
We'd like that to happen. Bump them a little.
I know. Just kind of, ooh, off the
sorry,
road.
you're off the road.
I know.
I love it.
Yeah, those are all think tanks. That's why it's so important to get everybody together.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
Everybody's
to say.
got such great ideas.
We could just strangle them.
Yeah, some people do have more money because they're already been established.
Well, sure
so
they do.
with our ideas and their ideas, we all come
they have
together
money
and make it work.
Make it work.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do. Because we got to stop this abuse of these kids and women, and you women too. You know.
Well, you know, I was shocked. When I was doing my initial research and crying that first year of finding out how horrible it is, I went on a travel site to book an airline ticket and a hotel room for, I believe it was Red Light District in Malaysia, right?
Okay.
I was still kind of trying to see how America was connected to the
with-
overseas problem, and we are the people that use it. So that's how I found out. Because as I was Googling, I got my flight. Now, of course, I had no intention of taking it.
Right.
Had my hotel room right on the same webpage.
Right.
And I could pick any child that I wanted waiting for me in my room.
You know, I read something about that. What did I read about that? Or did I see it on TV? Something was done about that a few years back.
Yeah, this was probably 4 years ago when I was able. Yeah.
There was something done about that. They had it on TV.
Good.
That they could actually order the kid, order the little girl that they wanted to meet. Oh, something was on, like, it was some reporter that did a report and followed the guy to the island or whatever and followed him and then came in on them.
Right.
And said, "What do you think you're doing?"
Right.
And then the child tried to run. Of course, they grabbed the child, and the child was scared to death, screaming and crying. And here he is, some rich, old,
thinking
bald
it's perfectly okay.
Man, thinking that it's okay.
Right.
If you pay for it, you got it.
Right.
It is so sick.
I know it. I know it. I don't care if it's
illness.
I don't care if it's an adult or a child.
No.
Paying for something does not entitle you to do whatever you want to do.
No.
I mean
Why don't you just give the money to the pimp?
And how is that not rape?
It is rape. I agree. It's rape.
How is that not rape under our laws?
It is rape.
Just because there's money. Yeah, I do too. I agree.
And the money's not really, she may be holding it for a minute, but she's giving it to the pimp.
That's right.
That's the problem.
Right.
You know, that's a really huge problem. And God love you for doing what you're doing.
We're excited.
And you know, it just seems like there's so much good things going on right now.
It's an exciting time. It is an exciting time.
How did Destination Freedom begin?
Well, it was about actually seeing the issue and just bringing women together. We are a grassroots organization. I didn't even know the term at all until
I love grassroots, yay!
Until it was like, grassroots, what does that mean? And I don't have a business degree.
You don't need one.
I am a full-time college student, but
good.
more in criminal law.
Good. Oh, good.
And so I'm looking at this and I thought, okay, so what does this mean?
Right.
We have all these dreams, these passions, these projects. What do we do with them?
I know.
So it was pretty exciting. We always put awareness first.
Right.
Because if nobody cares, nobody knows. We could have all the programs we want, and nobody will show up.
Well, that's what I mean.
We could have a full building open, and nobody's going to think they want it.
Nobody wants to come there.
Right. So we always use awareness, whether it's car washes, whether it's grocery bagging.
That's good.
We've been able to get into Cub Foods is so enormously beautiful when it comes to human trafficking and grocery bagging.
Oh.
I mean, can you believe it?
How sweet. And then they donate money.
Well, and then people are so generous. They're so thankful. I had a woman come up last time, about a month ago, and she was devastated because nobody hears about it. But she was so happy we were there. And her daughter has been prostituted for the last 20 years. And she doesn't know how to get her out. She's been barely alive sometimes. And she was so grateful
I bet she
that
was in
we were
tears.
there. She was. We were both. It was a
Had to be
tear
a
moment.
Yeah, it had to be.
And she just stood there for about a half hour just sharing her story. And, you know, we gave her all the material that we have. And we just believe that her daughter is going to go from her position to a survivor and, a strong advocate against this.
She will be.
She will be.
Because that's what's happening to all of us.
So whether it's grocery bagging, which might seem, you
it's
know,
wonderful.
we're not the hockey team at the high school, so we get a lot of looks.
Get a lot of looks. That's okay. You're bagging them groceries.
That's right. We're doing that. And whether it's that, if we can reach one person, if we can reach one person, it's worth it.
That's a good idea. And I have all these places that I've known here. I'm real well known in White Bear Lake and Venice Heights and all around all these clubs, all these Cub Foods. Manager's my best friend, one of my best friends.
There you go. You know, there you go. And it's really interesting.
Walgreens, they all have my book.
They're
all of them.
Well,
I'm serious. You don't know. And I was in Walmart, and I'm walking through, and this lady looks at me, and she goes, "Are you the lady on TV?"
Oh, how exciting.
I go, yes. She said, "Oh," and she came over and gave me a hug. She said, "Can I just give you a hug?" She said, "Oh, my God." She said, "My daughter and I watch you all the time." And I said, "Oh, thank God." She said, and then a couple of her girlfriends come. When we see Breaking My Silence, it's going to be on 15. Well, we wait and watch it together. And she cried. She said, "I'm doing such a wonderful job."
Well,
first time anybody, you know, actually second time. I had two. 2 times.
And you really are. And you know what really matters is this was something that broke my heart. When I first was, and if I allow it, you know, I'd be sitting here crying. But one thing that's even greater than just that passion I have is the people that surround you to make your vision go. I mean, they're the important ones. They're the heartbeat of Destination Freedom. Without them, I would still be sitting in my kitchen with a broken heart.
Thinking about what can I do? What can we do?
They're invaluable. They're strong. They have the passion that they're going to change this.
It's going to change. We're going to change this. We're going to strangle them out of Minnesota.
Absolutely.
I like that feeling.
I know it. I know it.
So you know, I hope my show makes awareness for other people to. I just hope they see it, you know, because it's a private channel, and I just think I should have a show like Oprah, you know.
Well, okay. You know what? You should. You absolutely should.
I absolutely should.
And you know what keeps coming to me every time I watch TV is somebody needs to do a commercial.
About
taffy. Nothing like just one of those shock factor.
Shock factor, we need to do that.
Just to slip it in for that 10-second thing.
Let's make it here.
I agree.
Get your group together and come over here and we'll make one.
Absolutely.
We can do anything in here we want.
That's great. We would love to do that.
Take it over to we'll take it to ABC, CBS, whatever, and pitch it.
Yeah, because it does need to be just, you know.
Just here it is.
Yep, and with a rescue number at the bottom.
Here it is. In your face.
If I'm sitting in a hotel room and just been abused, just been raped, and the TV's on, and that comes across to me, then you're saving a person. If nothing else, you're raising awareness to everybody.
Moon. To the moon, Alice.
I know it. Because, you know, those dog saving, animal savings, bless their heart. The ASPCA, I love them.
I know.
They make me cry all the time.
I have to turn the channel right away.
But where's the human trafficking commercials?
They talk about the dog being hurt, and I break in and I start crying when this poor dog is misused. Well, why don't we show a woman in a cage?
Yeah, exactly. Why am I the only one that searched that little girl? I know. Yeah.
We'll do a commercial here, and we'll get we'll get a couple of young girls and. Oh, there you go. That's what we'll do. I know. Put them in a cage.
That's really funny you said that.
That's a good idea.
I have this whole thing figured
with a cage. You got it figured out? You got it? Okay.
I had got that like 5 years ago.
Do you? Good.
And it has this little dirty teddy bear sitting in the corner of it.
Yeah.
Of this little
and the
kid
little
that had
to be sitting in there. Oh, perfect.
Just a little wake up.
In your face.
Yeah. So people go, what was that?
Yeah.
That's all they need to do is, what was that?
Yeah, that's all they need to do.
And then they
What
see
was
it
that?
again, and it's like, oh, I think I'm getting that.
I think did you hear about that?
Exactly. See what happens when good minds get together.
So let me ask you this. Are there any current needs for Destination Freedom that would help it move ahead?
Oh, absolutely.
Like the commercial, like we just said?
The commercial would be great.
Like a commercial?
Yeah, and also because we don't have our rescue building, okay?
Right.
Our rescue building will be 200 units, a built-in daycare, and it will be transitional housing. So it will be immediate.
The immediate and help them get through a
transition
certain point.
and then long-term. Yeah,
And then long-term.
Right, because there's only so many beds. I believe there's like 89 that are open for traffic victims here in Minnesota. Period.
It's
low.
That just blows me away.
Right, and then part of it will also be homeless youth issues because they're the target, the main target.
They are main targets.
But until that comes up, one of our biggest things is we need a bus.
Okay, you need a bus.
A
She
school
needs
bus.
a bus.
I need a bus. I need a
Just ask.
bus.
If you don't ask, you don't receive.
That's right. And the program is
Ask for a
called,
bus.
should I say what it's called? It's a little early. Nobody take the name.
No, don't say it.
Okay, I won't say it. But it inspired me to be able to put all of the information of the organizations,
Okay.
just like you're talking about, on the bus.
Right.
Clothing,
Yeah, the whole
food,
bus.
water, and go to these areas. Now, I know that there's a lot of great churches and everything that are doing this. But if they don't know that they're trafficked,
They don't
then
know.
they're not going to be able to go to the programs.
No, exactly.
And so they know, even couch hopping children don't even think that they're homeless.
Oh, I know they don't.
So if they don't,
That's a cool thing.
Yeah.
Couch hopping teenagers.
right, they don't think they're homeless, and they are homeless.
They're staying overnight at Betty's and staying overnight at
Yep.
Jerry's and staying overnight at Carol.
And guess what?
And,
When
yeah.
they go to Carol's,
Yeah.
and then Carol's
Got
like
her
without
buddy.
money, and then the buddy shows
Yeah,
up,
he shows up.
and
he's got a guy.
yeah, and we just fed you for the last week.
Yeah, what are you going to do
Now
now?
you owe us.
You owe us.
And so if
And
the-
here's the way to pay it off.
absolutely,
That's what
and now
happens.
they start them,
right.
and so
And once they get in it, let me tell you how hard it is to get out of it. Let me tell you, I was in 13 years of prostitution, and it was the hardest thing I ever did in my whole
yeah,
life.
you can't do
In
it
my
alone.
whole life.
You can't do it alone. You can't. You may be able to,
I did it alone.
right? But
I did
you
it
know,
alone, but I also tried to commit suicide.
yeah, yeah.
So I mean,
Exactly.
I really did. I ended up in
Yeah.
the hospital and everything.
And that's what I mean. You may be able to, just like myself, been able to relocate for a
Right,
moment,
right? But that,
but
yeah,
you know, you can't do the whole thing alone.
No, I had help, but from friends, but I didn't have there wasn't any organizations to go to.
Right. Yeah.
You just remember that there was no organizations at all to go to in the '60s.
Yeah. So this
So
bus
look
is
how
going to
much.
take.
Look how much this has come above.
Yep.
And look how much that bus could help.
Yeah, it's going to take right down to all those areas. And you know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to, okay, if they want to ride the bus all night long,
Yeah.
I'd rather have them ride the bus all night long
Right.
than to be trafficked by morning.
Oh, me too. Oh,
I would rather have them leave their pimp
right.
and be able
Get
to
on the
stay
bus.
on the bus. I don't care how
Get
long
on
they
the
want to
bus.
stay on it. They can
Yep.
stay on there till morning. We'll get them to a place
That's right.
until our
Get them
building
to a
is open.
place, yes.
Get them to a place of safety.
They're building Minnesota. Let's see.
Oh, I think I lost my.
Volunteers of America are building a huge housing. I just talked to them today, and they're building a huge complex somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, well, that's because they don't have any place
Yeah.
for anybody to go,
Right.
and their Volunteers of America are going to build. Matter of fact, the guy was at the building site. Jeff's his name. He was at the building site today talking to me. He's going to come on the show next
Wow.
week.
I'm going to have to see that.
Yeah, well, I'll connect you up.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah, the Volunteers of America, you know, they're really wonderful. They have programs at Brown College. I went to Brown College and spoke at the criminology department and the victimology department.
My favorite subjects.
I know that. I spoke over there. Let's see, 5 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that exciting?
It's so exciting, yes, and it just makes you feel good.
It does.
You leave there and go, I saw that girl just look at me and go,
Yeah. I know. I know it.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's amazing that because there is no definite face to the
No, there's
victims
no
or to the,
faces.
you know.
Nope.
that it is amazing who,
Or to the
who will come up,
perpetrator.
and
It's no
say,
faces.
yeah, and who will come up and just say, you know what, that was me, or that is me,
That
or
is
how
me.
can
Or
I,
how can I get out of
yeah,
this?
or like that woman with that daughter,
Yeah.
you know.
Here's her friends sitting around. I see him now coming and watching my shows. Mm-hmm. It's neat. And you're gonna be on my show in a couple days. In other words,
Wow.
you're gonna be right here in TV land.
Great.
Thank you so much.
I hope.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming. You're
you.
gonna love it. Yeah, you look
Thank
great.
you so
You're so informative about everything. You've got everything down. You know what you're talking about, and you've helped me understand a little bit more than. And let me tell you out there, you guys, they need a bus.
We need a bus.
They need a bus.
Thank
Let's
you.
all, everybody out there, think in your little brains, where could we get this bus?
Yes.
And donate to the cause here, because
Yes.
it's needed so badly.
And people can contact Destination Freedom
Yeah.
Inc.
NationFreedomInc.org.
.org.
And that's going to be written in text. Patty's
Yep.
going to take care of that.
So I know when to pick up the bus.
Yes, so
And
I
it's
know
not
where to
for
pick up the
us.
bus.
It's just we need to get to
No,
them.
of course not.
Yeah.
None of us want to drive around a bus for us. I mean,
Well, you know, the Partridge Family.
oh, yeah. Right. Oh, I forgot you had 7 kids.
I know.
They're all grown.
We're going to start our band and, you know.
yeah, right now.
But
That's
thank you.
hysterical.
Yeah.
Oh,
but,
you're so cute.
thank you
I just
so
love you.
much.
Thank you for coming on my show today. And thank you guys for all listening to us. And I hope you had as much of a good time as I did. And I will see you soon. And, keep watching, because you never know what's
That's
going to
right.
happen on this show.
That's
and
right.
we've got wonderful, wonderful people that are doing wonderful, wonderful things out there. And the mission is to... my mission is to shatter the silence and stop the violence. Ta-da!
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
That's why I come hither stare, that strips my conscience bare. It's witchcraft.